Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Rosa. We are a family of 7 who homesteads gardens in the desert. We raise our own goats to make our very own goat milk soaps, and we just recently converted to becoming a whole food plant-based family. Today is going to be very special because Trey, my husband, has decided he was going to cook for us. Here is the lineup. Let's get started with the first thing that he made. He ground some spelt berries to make flour, and then he is making a biscuit here. Everything he made today was made from scratch by hand. I will have ingredients listed down below. These biscuits were made first for a breakfast sandwich that he has planned. He has dusted our surface with some more spelt flour, and he is getting ready to roll it and make some layers for the biscuit. All these recipes are whole food plant-based, so if you are whole food plant-based, definitely give some of these a try because they were just absolutely delicious. They were just bomb. This is where he was stretching the dough, and he is folding it over to start creating some layers into the biscuit. If you are a large family like us, you would definitely need to double, triple, or even quadruple the recipe depending on the family size. He repeated this process about 3 to 4 times before he got to the thickness he desired, right before he cut out the biscuit dough. Now we just used a simple mason jar lid to cut out all of our dough, and it turned out perfect. The size was perfect, the thickness was perfect, it worked great. It proves you can really use any kitchen tool that you have just laying around to make this. So with the leftover dough, he's just rolling it back out and cutting as much as he can out so we don't waste any at all. We had some cute, hungry kids just eagerly waiting for Papa to finish making breakfast. When Trey made these biscuits, he doubled or tripled the recipe, and this made 3 thicker biscuits, 4 smaller little thinner biscuits, and 1 little taste tester. Onto a baking sheet it goes with parchment paper and into the oven at 350 for about 15-20 minutes. And now he is preparing the chickpea omelet. This is just ground up chickpeas and some water. He decided to go in with his hands just to make sure there are no lumps and everything is smooth. Now onto the omelet mix-ins. You can really use anything, any vegetable you want. He used some onions, some mushrooms, some bell peppers, and some garlic for ours. You also need to season the chickpea eggs. We seasoned it with some garlic, salt, maybe some cayenne pepper, and we mixed it all very well. Now into a cast iron skillet it goes. He started with the onions and he got that a little bit caramelized and sauteed it for about 2 minutes. Look at the sweet caramelization on the onions. Alright, so now on to the mushrooms and bell peppers. He is going to mix that all in and cook that down for a little bit as well. He added the garlic at the very last minute so it does not burn. Now he's putting the cooked mixture into the chickpeas, and he's going to get that all mixed up so it is one cohesive bowl of chickpea scramble. Trey's made a little tester, so I got to try the very first bite of it. Now I've cooked with chickpeas but never tried a chickpea egg scramble, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was really good. He decided to use these mason jar lid rings to make some omelets with them, and they turned out very well. They actually held most of its shape, and he was able to cook 4 at a time in this skillet. Here's what they look like once they were flipped. Are you hungry yet? Time to check on the biscuits. These cooked for about 15 to 20 minutes on 350, and look at the layers that it had. Now Trey decided to top our omelets with some caramelized red onions, and as you can tell, our family are huge red onion or onion lovers in general. I mean, look at these onions. They are sweet, they are glistening, and they were so good in our sandwich. Now it's time for the assembly. He has lined everything up perfectly. That's just how he is, and that's just how he cooks as well. He then topped the caramelized onions on top of every single sandwich, and the sweetness of the onions were just great contrast to that savory, delicious chickpea mix. And this is the final result, our breakfast sandwich. He actually planned a sauce, but he didn't have time to make it, so we just ate it as is. This was the perfect hearty breakfast sandwich to start our Sunday morning. Time for everyone to taste it. Now you can see everyone really enjoyed this. Nothing makes him happier than his family enjoying the breakfast that he made. Now it is time to prep for lunch. He is here hand bashing some walnuts because he was just doing his guy thing, but I suggested he should use a masher. He mashed up the walnuts and started soaking them in water. We then moved on to making some lentil wraps. This is just red lentils soaked overnight in some water, and we are just putting it into a blender with the water, all of it into our blend tech. Next, we seasoned it up with some whole garlic cloves, some garlic powder, some salt, and some green onions. He also added some whole peppercorns for a little bit of a kick, and it's time to blend. We then heated up our griddle, and he is going to start pouring out some of the lentil mix. This is one of the most satisfying things that I've seen by far. I'm the type of person that loves watching these satisfying videos. This was one of them. He then uses a ladle to spread out the mixture in a thin layer and started cooking them. Let us know in the comments if you are satisfied by this video as well. Once we saw the sides were cooked, we used a spatula to release the tortilla and flipped it. This is what it looks like once it was cooked. These make really great tortilla shells that were perfect for our burrito. And don't forget, these were just lentils and water, so they are packed full of nutrients and protein. He continued to use up all of the lentil mix to make the rest of our burrito tortillas, and here he is just testing how it rolls, and it worked great. Now on to making the burrito filling. He has decided to make a bulgogi flavored mix out of mushrooms and walnuts. Now this is a Korean inspired dish. It is savory, it is sweet, and just so garlicky and delicious. This burrito was more of a fusion between Korean and Mexican. So this is mushrooms, peppers, garlic, onions, and ginger. We are going to saute all of this up in the biggest skillet we have because he needed all the room that he could get. He started to caramelize our onions, and then he threw in the mushrooms, the bell peppers, and started cooking that all together. He then added the soaked walnuts and added some coconut aminos. Coconut aminos is a great substitute if you don't like to use soy in your home. He then seasoned it up with some garlic powder and about a 1/4 cup of molasses just to add some sweetness and also some depth of flavor. Towards the end, he added the garlic and the ginger, and he kept cooking that until it was dark in color. And he added a little bit of quinoa, and just look at the color on this. It was so amazing and smelled absolutely delicious. All right, let's make our bulgogi burrito. We start off with this sauce. Now, we did not record this. He just made it on the whim, but I will have all the ingredients listed down below. We then added a layer of the bulgogi mix and some more sauce because this sauce was just bomb diggity. I added some spring onions to it as well, and look at that. So good. Look at the pliability. Is that a word? Pliable? Well, I'm here rolling my burrito, and look how soft this lentil wrap was. The lentil wraps were fluffy, they were delicious and savory. The insides were a little bit sweet because of the molasses. The walnuts inside gave a little bit of a crunch. You can soak the walnuts a little bit longer, like overnight, but we just soaked it for a couple hours and it was still really, really good. All the kids enjoyed it, and cheeky Isaiah, he is just proving that he loves it so much. Now that sauce was killer. You would have to add it to every bite that you eat. We will have the recipe down below. Now there was a little bit of tortilla left, so I had a little bit of a pizza. This is just the same stuff, just in pizza form, with extra sauce, of course. Wouldn't you want to take a bite out of this baby? It is dinner time. We had a little bit of the bulgogi mix left, so we just made something very simple. We chopped up some cauliflower, some sweet potatoes, and we are going to air fry that in our Ninja. Isaiah has added some garlic powder to our cauliflower, and we popped that into the air fryer and put it on for about 20 minutes at 390. We took it out and gave it a little bit of a shake and then popped it right back in to cook for the remainder of the time. And there he goes again, sneaking some food before it's all ready. It is now time to plate this very simple meal. We added the sweet potatoes and cauliflower onto a plate, and we just drizzled it with that delicious, spicy cilantro avocado sauce. Now this was our dinner. It was quick, it was simple, some cauliflower, sweet potatoes air fried with that delicious sauce and the rest of the bulgogi mix. This was clearly kid approved. Our oldest boy decided to make us some dessert. Now this is such an easy, simple, kid-friendly dessert. It is just frozen mangoes whipped up in a food processor, and it gives you the most delicious soft serve ice cream. It was the perfect way to end the day of eating. This was just so good, no sugar added, it's just fruit. Thank you guys so much for watching our video. We hope you are hungry and inspired to make your next plant-based meal. We love to share what we eat in a day so we can inspire you to incorporate more plant-based foods in your home as well. Be sure to like this video if you loved all the recipes that you saw, and make sure you subscribe for more content such as this. Leave a comment below to let us know what you're going to try in your next plant-based meal, and we will see you on the next one. Bye guys.